Alright guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Akwesi Emmanuel and you're welcome to the Student Companion. So I'm very excited today that I'm back here again to share some insight and to share some words of wisdom from the big brother. Okay, so I have said a lot of things already in my previous videos and something keeps coming up each time we interact with students. And so I feel like I should discuss and maybe put some clarity to some of these things that some students go through. Okay, so what are these things? We discover that a lot of students, science students especially, they all want to become a medical doctor. Most of them want to become a medical doctor, or better still, they want to become a medical doctor or possibly an engineer. And this has become a kind of a problem for students. So every student or most students who are in the science department, when you ask them what course do you intend to study in the university, the next question, the next or the response they give to you is, I want to become a medical doctor, or I want to become an engineer. And when you try to find out why do they want to become an engineer, or why do they want to become a medical doctor, it becomes a challenge, it becomes a big problem, because they just find it, they find it exciting to be called a medical doctor. They find it exciting to be called an engineer, engineer this, engineer ABC. You hear that, doctor this and doctor that. And sometimes we also find out that these choices are being influenced by parents. Maybe parents who were intending to become medical doctors and could not, as a result of maybe situations and circumstances, and so they could not become a medical doctor, and they want their children to now become what? That medical doctor, or they want their children to now become that what? Engineer. They say, I want to have an engineer in my family. I want to have a doctor in my family. But are these things bad in themselves? No, they are actually not bad in themselves. But like I shared in a previous video, there are things to look out for before you say you want to become what? A medical doctor, or before you say you want to become what? An engineer. So not all science students will become an engineer, not all science students will become what? A medical doctor. Yes, not all science students become a medical doctor. So also not all science students, female science students become a nurse. You get that now? Not all science students become a pharmacist. So you need to know what works for you, what is good for you. Like I said in the previous video, what is good for you may not be good for the other person. And what is good for the other person may not actually be good for you. And that's not to say that what is good for you is not exactly good for your friend as well. Sometimes two friends can become medical doctors. Why? Because they are good at such work and that field. You get that now? Yes. So it's possible to have two friends who do the same things because they have strengths for those particular courses. So before you choose a course, you need to find out if you have strength in that particular course. You need to know if you or your personality type matches what is required to become what? A medical doctor, or to become what? An engineer, right? Okay, so like I've said, what do you do? What do you do? I've shared this in my previous video, and I'd like you to go back and look at those things. But I'll just give you a few tips on what to do. Like I said, not everybody will become a medical doctor. Not all science students become an engineer. Yes, not all science students become an engineer. You cannot become an engineer if you are not good at physics, if you're not good at chemistry, if you're not good at physics and mathematics, you cannot become an engineer. Whether a civil engineer or mechanical engineer, you need to be very, very good at what? Mathematics, you need to be very good at what? At physics. Now, if you now come to medical doctor, if you want to become a medical doctor, you have to be very, 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 very brilliant, very, very bright, because the medical field is not a field where people joke with. Okay, not a field where people just go into somewhere that's below average. Even an average student sometimes may struggle. Yeah, so you have to be very, very good at what? Chemistry. You have to be very, very good at what? Biology. If you are not very good at biology, if you are not somebody that is very, very smart, I tell you, you may not be very, very, you may not even be the best candidate to become what? A medical doctor. Yes, you will not become a medical doctor. because people who become medical doctors they ought to be what? They ought to be smart students. They ought to be brilliant students. They ought to be above average students. Yes. So medical doctor or a medical student ought to be a smart what student. Have to be a student who is above average. Like I don't advise average students to become a medical doctor or to apply or to choose a course such as medicine and surgery. No, I look at you and I observe and see how far you do well in some of the subjects that are related to what the medical field before I advise you to choose what medicine. And there's also a twist to some of these things. Yes, there's a twist to some of these things. For those in Nigeria, you know that it is very, very difficult to go to a public school that is because of the competition. Yeah, because there's a lot of competition in becoming what in the medical field. Yes, but I'm going to talk about that in another video. But for now, we're looking at this, and what we are saying is you must be what an above average student to be able to what choose medicine as a course you want to study in university. Yes, you have to be above average. Not all science students become what a medical doctor. Not all science students become what a pharmacist. Yes, but actually, if you are very, very good, you can become a medical doctor. I want to believe that these few tips that we have just shared here have been able to help you. And if it has been able to help you, kindly click on the subscribe button and also hit on the notification bell to get notified each time we drop a new video. Also, don't forget to share the video and like and drop a comment for us as well to encourage us and also to get more people to view these videos. We just want to help a lot of people as much as we can. So get your friends, let them also come in and get from this well of wisdom. Thank you very much for sticking to our student companion. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.